What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and the first thing I'm gonna need you guys to do is go ahead and hype this video, like it, share, subscribe. We're gonna be picking up on something that you guys have been asking about. I gave you the first video about offensive abilities. We're gonna be talking about defensive. All right, the best abilities to use right now. We're gonna focus in on the defensive side of the ball because realistically, we know there is no defense in the game, but I'm gonna give you guys some insight into some of the things that are myths and what actually works in the game. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it right now. I'm gonna show you guys, pretty much what I do. Okay, now keep in mind with the breakouts, I would recommend that anybody that's looking to find any ability that actually works to use the breakout players that get it for zero, because that way you'll be able to understand what EA is doing. It's really weird, right? Because they experiment with us throughout the year on what works, because it seems like the development team don't actually test the game. I don't know if you guys see that as well. It just seems really weird that they're able to not understand what's going on, release the game, and then put things like 0 AP for a limited time in to kind of test to see how it works in the game. It just seems a little bit weird. So we are the experimental subjects, but I will tell you this, okay? Depending on the player, some players are going to play well without abilities. Some players are just going to be trash, okay? If you see somebody in my lineup and you go to another video and you see that same person in my lineup again, that card has been, not as trash as the other ones. I don't want to say that he's good, but he's not as trash as the other ones. One ability that I know for certain works, regardless, throughout the year, has been mid-zone KO. All right, and actually right now, Breakout's Xavier Watts gets it for 0 for a limited time, I think for like the next 10 days or so. So I know that that ability works. I don't need to test that. And how do I know? Once they actually put it in the game where it was like, given to people for that 1 AP as an X Factor, I'm going to show you guys what happened, right? So because I'm playing the event, I have Avalanche on right now, so don't worry about the Avalanche. It's just automatic fumbles in the event right now. But this, I always use this for the players that can get it. So I know that this works regardless where it is on the field. It's supposed to be 10 to 15, or well, 10 to 19 yards or something like that, because flat zone takes the underneath from 10 and below. This knocks out everything no matter where you are in most cases. Mid zone has been working consistently well for a very long time. So this is some of the things that I need you guys to really lock in on, is the fact that if a player can get mid-zone, especially like Xavier Watts for the breakouts, that's a guaranteed knockout in most cases. Notice I'm saying most because the game, nothing is consistent. Everything is just random. So that being the case, I would lock in defensively for your secondary with mid-zone KO. All right? Now, we're going to talk about another thing, the deep zone KO, right? The deep zone KO, I don't know, does he unlock it yet? Okay, he doesn't get it. So we're going to go over to the other guy that actually, I believe he unlocks it already. Moreg, I think he does. So yeah, he does. All right, so deep out zone KO. This ability has been nerfed, and I'm very happy about that. I don't want you to think that I'm upset about it, because a lot of people, the one way that they would stop me in previous Maddens or try to with the Moss would be to run deep out zone KO. This ability maybe works 50% of the time. So it's not as OP as you would think. I would recommend, okay, that if you run like a safety situation where you have two safeties, I don't know if you guys run cover 3 with the one middle deep safety or how you do it. Deep zone KO is great, 20 yards and beyond. It is. It really does give you that option of being able to get a knockout. I don't know about cover 2 schemes with having 2 of them, because it eats up too much AP. And I'm honestly going to get to the other abilities in a second to kind of like let you gauge it, and then we can engage more in the conversation, especially if you're a member of the channel and you want further emphasis on it. You can hit me up. I can see your badges and stuff, so I'll know, obviously when you have some interesting questions about what we're talking about. But if you run a cover 3 scheme with like a hook curl, something like that, deep zone KO is really good. It's going to get knockouts, okay? I would not recommend 2 of them. If you're running like a cover 2 type of scheme, I would probably go mid-zone on both players if you could do that with the X Factor, and then you'll get it after 2 knockouts. Because the mid-zone, honestly, with the cover 2 zone, it just plays very well. All right, but if you're running something like, the cover 3, even a cover 4, I still don't know about telling you to have 2 of them. All right, 1 works just fine for me, because I'm typically in, like a cover 2 scheme, but I'll run cover 3 every now and again. But just so you know, mid-zone KO is the go. All right, it's absolutely 100% the go. Now, we're going to talk about lurk artists versus pick artists, all right, and lurker. Because that's been a very interesting question. And, you know, honestly, a lot of normies have been asking about this, and I think that it's something that I should address. So I'm just going to address it for everyone, all right? If your player gets Lurker, right, Lurker is not going to help you catch the ball, all right? Lurker is a situation where they tell you that your player is going to animate, but they actually don't. All right, so I'm going to let you guys see the symbol real quick, because I know this guy probably, didn't he get, I thought he got Lurker. He doesn't get Lurker? Oh yeah, there it is. So that's the symbol for Lurker, right? It's supposed to give you like spectacular catch animations. When this first came out, it was OP. And they put it out because they stopped giving the ability to the linebackers to be able to jump, because pros and other people were complaining about the fact that, you know, middle linebackers were jumping too high. So because of the crying that goes on consistently in the Madden community, EA Sports then says, okay, let's just take away everyone's ability to jump. You know what I'm saying? Let's just stop it all the way down the line. Let's just be lazy and just not worry about who the player is, and no linebacker can jump. Okay, they create Lurker. Okay, Lurker was working well, and then they started to nerf it. At this point, Lurker means nothing. Okay, if somebody high points you, you're getting high pointed. That's what you got to know. Okay, a dude come out with the L1 and the high point, you getting a high point. All right, you're getting mossed. All right, that's ultimately what's going on. So I don't think that that ability is something you should waste AP on. Lurk Artist is going to work, I would say, 90% of the time. All right, it used to be 100%. I would say 90% of the time, if your user has Lurk Artist and you go for a pick, he's not going to drop it. Okay, you can still get highballed, but he's 90% of the time he's not going to drop the pick. And I know you're saying, yo, G, 90% for 2 AP, that's ridiculous. Bro, this game in its entirety is ridiculous, but we still play it because there's something wrong with us. And I agree. We all are going crazy together, and that's why you're here. So I'm letting you know that that works. As far as the out of my way, I keep this on my user just to make sure that I can get past anyone, okay? Because they won't just knock you down. And that's something that you should have, especially with people running around with like nasty streak. It'll help you. You know, the linemen are going to throw you to the ground. But if you have like a tight end or something like that running around with some kind of running ability or whatever, extra blocking abilities, that'll keep you on your feet. Linemen with nasty streak gonna still knock you down though. But for the most part, it's usually a blocking fullback, a running back, a tight end, a wide receiver that comes in front of me when I'm trying to hit someone, so I can get right off that play, and that works out for me. As far as your D line, okay, I'm gonna go over it really, really quickly. All right, I'm gonna show you these things. Double or nothing. Usually you're gonna get nothing, okay? Just so you know. Inside stuff, dude, I don't know what it's stuffing, okay? You might as well shoot the gap and just be there hovering around. Inside stuff is useless, okay? As far as El Toro, again, some of you guys still run the stack. El Toro, double or nothing, buy one, get one free. It's all a placebo. It's all a joke. Interior threat, maybe sometimes it works. I don't know. Nobody knows, bro. It's like a secret. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? They'll just light up like a Christmas tree and don't do anything. I'm going to tell you this, though. Double or nothing, when you do get something, it's worth every single drop of AP. Okay? But for the most part, you're going to get nothing. I'm going to end the video by letting you guys know. Stonewall is the worst ability ever created in this game particularly. Maybe in previous Maddens it was something. The worst ability ever. All it does is light up. That's it. If you're into Christmas trees, you like bad Santa movies or anything like that, go ahead and rock that. The worst ability I've ever used in this year of Madden is Stonewall. If you guys have any of the questions or comments about defense and specific things, hit me up, let me know. Other than that, you have a blessed day. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You continue to enjoy your day. Until next time, one love, y'all.